So I thought of making an artwork by integrating the wood and the symbolism. So I'm being the athlete. So this artwork is also known as the 3 times Buddha Zera. Similar.
Hello everyone. It's a pleasure to welcome you to another exciting episode of Face to Face, and we are honored to have a very remarkable artist with us today whose work beautifully intervenes with the Bhutanese tradition with the modern expression. So please join me in welcoming Ugyen Tshering Doya. So Ugyen, it's really wonderful to have you here. So how are you feeling?
First of all, thank you for this opportunity, especially for Bhutan today, that you had been giving such an opportunity, especially to the young artists, especially here in Bhutan, because it's a very needed opportunity. And yeah, for me, I think it's been good so far.
That's really great to hear. So before we delve into our conversation, I must say that your artwork has been a significant contribution to the Bhutanese contemporary art scene. So it's really inspiring to see that you have blended the traditional elements into the modern techniques. So in fact, you have also won the 3rd place in the Bhutan VAST Contemporary Art Competition last year. So it's quite late, but congratulations on your achievement. So let's start by talking about your early days. So how did your interest in art started? I bet that as a kid you were really passionate about drawing. So how did it start into a serious, like, your profession?
Thank you for your kind wishes, and of course it was a good opportunity last year that we had such a good sponsor, especially the Domsip, who is, I think, doing great job by giving such an sponsorships which are much needed in our time, I think, especially the present time. And if I share how it started, I think for me it started just like with every child, in school. We love drawing, we love sketching, and as far as I remember, in our school days, I think probably in 2000s, I studied in the East, in 𝐃𝐨𝐻𝐿. So I remember sketching drawings, in the empty papers, on the empty pages in our notebooks. So I think that's how it started. And I think school activities, I think, really helped. And as I remember, schools, in our school days, I think, and I hope it's happening just now also in our schools, where they used to organize art competitions. I think that played a very important role in encouraging me to, I think, keep on pursuing that interest. And I remember in some of my school competition, especially if there was any art competition, I used to stay overnight and draw, paint, and I never used to doze off. But in terms of studies and all, I think I saw very less interest. And of course, if I go back and see, academically I was not that sound, but especially in the art and all, I think I was really active. And I think that played a very vital role. Maybe they were the stepping stones for pursuing, I think, art for me.
We can see that your journey into art has been quite natural and driven by passion. So also you say that you grew up in East, so also we have a very rich culture heritage. So growing up here in the country, how do you think that the environment has influenced your artistic identity?
In terms of, I think, the artistic identity and integration of the cultural I think especially the architecture and I think the culture festivals especially, those has been a very inspiring for me, where of course I haven't did repeatedly artworks, but in some of the artworks I have integrated those. While being in East, I think especially the Techu were the most, I think, celebrated events, times at the early 2000s. So I think that have really inspired me in doing one of the artworks where we say Denakshung, which I thought of, since we were in childhood, we used to be really scared of that. So in a way, in later part, I remember making one painting where I tried to make it a realistic, the goddess, which was fearsome at those times, and I think I was trying to bring it alive, in the canvas. That's how I have tried to integrate, and of course I have been, if I say, I haven't been stagnant with one style, and I have been more in experimental phase, and I still am also in that phase only, I can say just now.
That's a very unique blend of traditions which provides a tapestry for artistic inspiration. So speaking of growth, you pursued fine arts at the University of Dhaka in Bangladesh. So how is it learning in Dhaka and learning here different?
In terms of, I think, learning, if you see here in Bhutan, we might see it's, of course, during our schooling days it's free, and of course now we have digital forms where we can get inspiration. But in our times, I'm talking about late 2000s, I think, late 2000s, and at those times I think we used to have very less access, I think, and it's more of an, I think, free drawings and ways of learning here in Bhutan. But I think after going down, I see that the difference we had down there was like it's more academic, and I think in depth, and the ways of, I think, in terms of even drawings or in terms of painting also, I think we were able to access, I think, in depth, and not only in terms of ways of drawing and paintings, but I think there was something that I think that was very essential for our learning. That was, I think, understanding and learning about I think the art history, I think, of the world, where we were able to know about, I think, different ways of art. That, I think, that probably starts from early Stone Age to till, I think, the contemporary, the present. We may say like modern art also. So I think that's how, I think, makes difference. And of course we have, if you see in here in our culture, of course we have a very rich traditional ways of doing, like traditional art and traditional, the essence here in Bhutan. But I think from here in Bhutan, I think I was able to access that the ideas and the knowledge of the traditional. And by going down there, I think in the university, I think I was able to know more about, I think, the world and the ways the art has come, and the way things have changed. And in a way, you will see in my the recent artworks, those were the two sides which are coming together. So I think that's how, and that are the, I think, difference that I have seen and I think have brought together.
So studying abroad has quite provided you with new perspective and challenges as well. So how do you describe your artistic style or the philosophy?
If I talk about the style that I'm taking, I think I believe in taking both the things, the traditional essence and the contemporary's ways of doing. So I may paint like the traditional motifs or symbols, but I will be integrating the ways of doing that, like of course the canvas painting, where the materials and the ways of doing, where I will be painting it in a realistic way. So that's how I'm doing it. And if I categorize it, I would say it's more of an realistic, contemporary realistic, I think.
So your ability to blend in tradition and modern elements is quite evident in your work, which I have checked, by the way. It's quite intriguing to learn about the themes that resonates with an artist. So as a member of VAST Bhutan, you have been working there. So how had your work experience, or you working in the work in VAST Bhutan, has influenced your journey as an artist?
Main that, like, as an it's the agency and as a gallery, who has, I think, given the right direction. Because I remember when there was a national art competition in 2014, where they invited the participating, there was a competition anyhow. There was a competition where they invited a lot of students from across the country. So in that event, I think I got an opportunity to come here in Thimphu. That time I was studying in Thimphu, and that, I think, that triggered him. That really assured me, to pursue art as a career. Where at that time, I think I came to know about there's a such a platform which really supports art, art, and until that I didn't had any idea or thoughts where I can pursue studies, and that and coming to VAST at 2014, and I met 𝐔𝐬𝐴, the founder of VAST Bhutan. So I think, and meeting him also, I think it was a good inspiration, which really sparked the light in me that that I should pursue my studies. And after class 12, I think in 2015 I came here all the way from Samsi, and I think I stayed as a volunteer for probably, I think, 2 years. And during my volunteer time, I think I came to know about how things work out here. What are the essentials in I think, just even if it is about just in painting or drawing, like basics, where I think all I learned here in VAST, probably I can say that way. And I think they were the one who, I think, were able to provide me a scholarship down there in Bangladesh, in Dhaka University. That's how they have really redirected and assured me where to study art. And I think one way they are the main reason. I think I can say they are the patrons also. They are the sponsor for me to study art. I think due to which I am today here in front of you Allah. So I think a big credit goes to VAST and for founders and co-founders, and even the 𝐔𝐬𝐴 for, I think, seeing and trusting me while giving that scholarship. And of course, VAST has been able to help a lot of young youths like with me. So that's how VAST has been, how can I say, the torch barrier in my art career.
Mentorship is such a rewarding thing in your artistic journey. So it's really great to see that you are giving back to the community. So now, can we talk about the challenges that you faced in your journey? Because as you know that everyone faces challenges in some part of their journey. So, and how did you navigate it through them?
The challenges as an artist, I think, it's always there. I think for any individual, in terms of individual life, and if I see in terms of individual artist, or going to be an artist person's life, I think every individual has his or her own challenges. And in terms of artists also, I think we have that challenges. I think, and I think that I feel in a way the challenges are not yet over. I think I have some more to face, and if I see to those challenges I have seen, I think those challenges have, I think, made me come to this stage. And in terms of, and if I share what are the challenges that we had faced, Especially, during our times, I think, like say 4 to 5, like 6 years ago, I think we didn't have any scholarships where one can, pursue art as a career. And I remember, I think late 2017 or 18 only, I see there were some slots that were given to, like, I think especially creative industries where, like, animations. I think 1 or 2 slots were given from the, I think, Indian government sites. So in a way, I think that was the main cause. We don't get easily that, the scholarship as such. And 2 is a financial barriers that we face if you are from a lit financial, if you have financial backdrops and all. So I think there's two are the one. And but which, in terms of me, I think which were provided by VAST, like scholarship were arranged by VAST. And in terms of course, when I went down, it was 50% scholarship. But during my vacations, I used to come back here in Bhutan, and I used to join VAST. And especially in those times, vacation times, VAST used to have like projects. So we used to do those projects, and that's how I think I finished my past, I think, 6 years of studies down in Bangladesh. Like I think which in terms of me, that were provided by VAST. And I think like the young individuals who are keen to come in the art sector or the creative industries, I think they really need, I think, such scholarship opportunities, financial supports. I think those, I think, the main essential that must be met for its individual facing like challenges.
So you have shown resilience throughout your journey in facing the challenges. So how do you balancing? Because balancing commissioned work and your artistic, how do you say it now? Artistic vision. So how it can be quite tricky. So how do you balance it from the external like pressure?
In terms of, I think, balancing, the artistic vision and works and personal lives, I think in these terms, I think I have my own ways. I think little different ways, and I believe in going with the flow, in especially in ways of doing in art. I think there's a balancing. I need to take that traditional and continuous ways of doing, and in terms of artistic vision and the commission works as such, I go with a flow. So when I have to do my own personal steps and all, I will be there. And in terms of works, I manage times out. Whenever I'm free, I will be doing works. And I don't have, I think, ways of doing in a way, and I'm very much free and think with way of doing, and I believe in going with flow. So I think that's how I have been working so far. Maybe in times to come, I think things has to come change, but until now, and I believe in experimenting and going in flow. I think this is how I have been doing so far.
So striking that balance must have been the key to your maintenance of your unique voice. So now let's talk about the future. So where do you see yourself and your art in the next 5 to 10 years?
I'm certain, and I'm not certain that I believe, I think we're impermanent. We may not exist tomorrow. So I think I don't have concrete or plan as such to where I will be, but for the love of, I think, creating, I believe, I feel in years to come, I hope I will be creating, and I hope I will be doing what I have been always loved doing, that is being creating and being creative. I think I cannot place a concrete plan where I will be, but I can say that I'm going with the flow, and yes, I hope I will be there creating. I think that's how I can go.
So exciting times ahead indeed. So this is the last question that I will be asking you. So from your art, so what emotions or feelings do you want your audience to feel from your art?
Okay. What you can find in my art, I think both the blend of what I love doing, what I'm feeling, and mix of all the emotions, I think, that you will find in my the ways of doing and in my artworks especially, and I feel to those who are interested in the art or in creativity, those who are creative and those who wants to pursue artistic career, I think one really needs to be expressive. One really needs to express oneself, and of course needs to go with the flow also, I think. And I would say please be creative, keep on creating, and I think we are in need of more individuals who are creative, especially in our country, and more kind appreciators, and I think the art lovers.
Thank you for sharing your insights again. So your journey is really inspiring, and of course thank you so much for being here despite being busy. And of course your artistic work continues to enrich the beautiful heritage of our country. Thank you so much for being here. So this is the end of our show, and for more contents like this, please do follow Bhutan Today. Thank you.